Welcome everyone to our podcast where we dive straight into the fascinating world of digital currencies, specifically the whole online versus offline CBDCs debate.
I'm really excited about this discussion. So, digital currencies issued by central banks, right? And we're talking about two major approaches, online CBDCs and offline CBDCs.
Exactly. So, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are basically digital forms of a nation's official fiat currency. They're issued and regulated by the government, sort of like a revamped digital version of physical cash.
Yep. And the big point seems to be that while physical cash is still around, it's gradually declining, especially with things like the COVID-19 pandemic pushing a shift to digital transactions.
Right. Cash shortages and even hygiene concerns played their part in accelerating this trend. So now, banks and financial institutions are churning out a lot more digital transactions. It's like the whole financial sector is making a beeline for digital, you'd say?
So then we have digital currencies that are being explored as responses to this environment. And the catch is, should they work solely online, offline, or a mix of both? It's a real design challenge.
Absolutely, and that's a key part of the conversation here. Online CBDCs are fully integrated with internet connections, allowing, say, instant transactions via digital wallets or online banking platforms.
Right. Meanwhile, offline CBDCs are designed to work even when you're off the grid. No continuous internet connection means you can still transact.
Exactly, yeah. And think about it. It's like having a smartphone that at times doesn't need to be connected to keep functioning. But, with digital money, there's lots of technical challenges.
Definitely. One challenge that really stands out to me is the risk of double spending, particularly in offline scenarios. If a device gets compromised, how do you prevent someone from spending the same digital funds twice?
That's a solid point. Offline transactions indeed require super secure protocols. With an offline CBDC, devices might store transaction data temporarily until they can sync with the central system. But if a malicious actor were to hack that, double spending could be a real issue, right?
And then there are the regulatory challenges. I mean, connecting every transaction back to the central ledger while providing some level of privacy makes for a difficult balancing act.
True. It's a bit like designing a car with top-notch speed but ensuring that it still has robust safety features. On the online side, the requirement to be connected to the central banking system ensures security and traceability.
Right on. Yeah, and that online connection offers benefits like faster payments, reduced costs, and the ability to reach people who might not have a bank account. It's the cashless dream, essentially.
Exactly so. And then we have offline CBDCs, which are super helpful, particularly in regions with spotty internet or remote areas where broadband isn't widely available. It's an essential feature to maintain inclusion in the digital financial ecosystem.
It really does offer versatility. But I have to wonder, aren't these offline systems kind of risky from a technological standpoint? I mean, aside from double spending, there's the matter of tamper-proof security on user devices.
That's a valid concern. In offline methods, security challenges grow since the devices need to be both robust and tamper-proof. It's kind of like storing your valuables in a safe that's sometimes unlocked.
And interestingly, different countries are taking different paths. For example, Nigeria's e-Naira uses fabric-based blockchain solutions, which rely on DLT, while the UK's approach to a digital pound steers towards more centralized database methods.
Yes, exactly. And that shows the diversity in approaches. Each nation is evaluating based on its own priorities and infrastructure capabilities. It's like tailoring a suit. You gotta consider the fit for local needs.
Yep. And then we have two types of CBDCs based on accessibility. Retail CBDCs, which are for the general public, and wholesale CBDCs aimed largely at financial institutions. So it's not just about online versus offline, but also who gets to use them directly.
Absolutely. Retail CBDCs basically give individuals direct access to that digital form of cash, offering an alternative for everyday transactions. Wholesale ones smooth out interbank or larger scale financial transactions.
Speaking of accessibility, there's also the ongoing issue of privacy versus oversight. Some designs emphasize user privacy, while others focus on tight regulatory control. It really underscores the tension between freedom and security in such systems.
Exactly. And that tension is like walking a tightrope. On one hand, you want the convenience and speed of digital transactions. But on the other hand, you need enough oversight to prevent fraud and ensure compliance.
Right. And now, looking at the future, experts are saying that the interplay of online and offline CBDCs could ultimately define the next evolution of payment systems. It's not really an either-or scenario, is it?
Not at all. It's more of an intertwined ecosystem. The future might even see hybrid models that combine both online connectivity and offline resilience, bridging the gap between complete digital integration and situations where connectivity isn't reliable.
Yeah, exactly. This hybrid approach has huge potential, especially when you consider scenarios like, say, natural disasters or regions with infrastructure challenges, where an offline mode becomes a lifeline.
Yeah, it's like having a backup generator for your digital finances. While most transactions occur online, having the ability to perform offline transactions ensures essential functions don't come to a grinding halt.
But there's a caveat. Offline capabilities introduce complex challenges in distribution and reconciliation. The system must reconcile transactions once connectivity resumes, ensuring everything balances and no funds are lost.
Right? And this completely requires designing systems that can securely handle asynchronous data, sort of like organizing a huge pile of mail that's been delayed and then ensuring it's delivered perfectly when the post office is open.
I get that. And here's where centralized versus decentralized technology choices come into play. For instance, choosing between distributed ledger technologies versus centrally governed databases really affects how agile and secure the CBDC is, be it online or offline.
Absolutely. The UK's preference for centrally governed distributed database technologies over blockchain-based solutions is a prime example of prioritizing efficiency and control, versus the more decentralized approach seen in other countries like Nigeria.
Right. Now, I do think, however, that one could argue a bit here. Some critics might say that a centralized approach might limit innovation or give too much control to one body. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that's a fair critique. While centralization can improve efficiency and make regulatory oversight clearer, there's the risk of stifling flexibility or even creating a single point of failure.
True. Exactly. It's a delicate balance, and finding that sweet spot is going to be key in the evolution of CBDCs.
Right, and looking at it overall, whether it's the seamless speed of online CBDCs or the indispensable fallback of offline CBDCs, both are poised to play crucial roles in the digital future of money.
Yep. And with more countries experimenting with both designs, it sounds like we're truly on the brink of a new era in digital payments, one that values both high-tech convenience and robust, resilient accessibility.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's all about bridging the gap, finding that balance between innovation and security in our rapidly digitalizing financial landscape.
This blend of online and offline solutions is exciting. It really redefines what we can expect from our global payment systems in the years ahead.
Exactly so, and it's a testament to how technological advancement and policy are, closely intertwined to shape the future of money.
Absolutely. Thanks for this deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, from definitions to design challenges to real-world examples. It's been a thrilling conversation.